Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another meeting of the Raynham Board of Selectmen. This is September 11th, a very important day in our history. Our minutes, gentlemen.
Motion to approve as printed.
Yes, I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Department heads and committees. Chief Donovan is in the back of the room.
As you can see, I have requested that the board appoint 3 candidates as student officers so we can send them to the police academy. This is to fill the vacancies created by the retirements of Steve Moran, Lieutenant Albert Smith, and Sergeant James Hastings. We've called for the civil service list, conducted background checks, physicals, psychological testing, all those types of things, and we have seats for these gentlemen at the police academy in the State Police Academy in New Braintree as a municipal training. They will be done with that training in February. If they successfully complete it, I would be, and we still have the funding, I would be coming back to the board and requesting that they be appointed full-time police officers after the academy.
Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Wish them well. Tell them to do good. Okay, we have no appointments this evening. We do have a public hearing on the joint poll location on Prospect Hill. I think that all that requires is a vote because I don't have a time for a hearing, so therefore it's just open. And this is a location to be located on Prospect Hill Street in the town of Raynham.
Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business.
None, Madam Chair.
Just a reminder, Madam Chair, to the residents, the Raynham Pride Day, which is what, the 16th of September?
Sunday?
And also, we had an email earlier from Alan Perry that we still have indications of triple E mosquitoes, the most recent test, which was a couple of days ago. And that was a bird biting, I guess,
Yes.
triple E, but nonetheless, it's still something that the residents need to be made very much aware of, that they continue their diligence. That's all, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Nothing, Joe? Okay. I think I should take that up now. Would be a good idea. Would you please step to the podium and tell us who you are and what you are here for?
My name is Christine Schondek, and I'm proposing that the Raynham Middle School be renamed after Mrs. Kathleen Roberts. To the Raynham Board of Selectmen, from Angela and Christine Schondek, 55 Lounsbury Drive. The town of Raynham has always been supportive of education and recognized outstanding educators that have had a lasting influence on the children of Raynham. Mrs. Kathleen Roberts is a retired educator who has had such a positive impact on the students and the entire town. We are contacting the Board of Selectmen to request that the Raynham Middle School on Tiddigat Road be named after one of Raynham's most outstanding educators and citizens, Kathleen Roberts. Mrs. Roberts is a retired teacher and principal. She was the catalyst for the Read Across America program, and you can count on her wearing the familiar red and white top hat every spring to remind everyone of the annual activities. Although she is retired, Mrs. Roberts is still a champion for education. At the age of 97, she continues to stay involved in the Massachusetts Teachers Association to improve the education of all children. Recently, she met Vice President Joe Biden in Washington as a representative for the Massachusetts teachers. Mrs. Kathleen Roberts is also a fixture in the Raynham community. She is active in the Raynham Historical Society, organizing many activities, including a chronological wedding gown event held at the Stone Church. She has authored books on the history of local towns and cities. Mrs. Roberts is also a member of St. Anne's Parish and worked on the 50th Anniversary Committee, which connected many of the past significant events to the present. These are just a sample of the contributions Mrs. Roberts has made to the town of Raynham, the residents, and the students. Mrs. Kathleen Roberts is an individual that exemplifies the values of our town. She is a positive role model, leader, neighbor, and friend to so many. It would be so fitting to rename the Raynham Middle School the Kathleen Roberts Middle School for numerous reasons, including those outlined in this letter. We will present this to other boards in town if that is necessary and follow the appropriate protocol to get this accomplished. Thank you for your consideration, and we look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Angela and Christine Chondak.
Good job, Angela. Very good. Thank you very much. What say you, board?
I have no opposition to it. I just don't know, Christine.
proper
Yeah, if
protocol.
we're in a position to do it, I believe it's a school committee decision to make.
Right.
They have control of all school buildings in town until they return them to us. I have, again, no problem with it, but I think it's going to be a school committee decision.
Present it to the school committee?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. Good luck.
You can go to the school committee meeting. You're very welcome. Town Administrator, may we have your report, please?
On the subject of the fall town meeting, as you know, we need to hold that at the end of October in order to be sure we have the new growth figures in and yet give us enough time to set the tax rate. And there are time constraints with the publishing and distribution of the warrant as well. We had talked about a Tuesday, perhaps October 30th. The town clerk would like it a week earlier, but if we use October 23rd as the date, the draft warrant would have to be ready for next week's meeting, and I don't think that's possible. The capital planning is still meeting. The solar power bylaw is not ready yet, as far as I know, and so that would be rushing things a bit, and we wouldn't be assured of having the warrant ready for the pre-town meeting. And I think part of the problem might be not enough advertisement, and so we're having problems with the quorum, as you know, so.
So are you proposing the 30th?
October, yeah, Tuesday, if that's the,
Or do we want to do Monday, the 29th?
either one is
Okay.
fine.
October 30th?
Maybe the 29th, it gives the town clerk then an extra day. I would motion to that, if it's okay with the board.
Where are we, 29th?
Yes.
October 29th for the town meeting.
Second the motion, that's fine.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. On the assistant building inspector, we had interviews last Thursday. Some pretty good candidates. Mrs. Smith, we're checking references on our favorite candidate. And if he passes that, we'll do the background checks. We expect to have a recommendation by next week's board meeting. And on the capital planning, as I said, capital planning met last Thursday evening, with all department heads who had requests come before us. We plan a meeting tentatively for next Tuesday, September 18th, after which we would meet with the board. Reminded that Raynham Pride Day is this Sunday, September 16th, from 1 to 5 p.m. at the Borden Colony Gazebo Park. I like that name. I think Karen just invented that, but it's a good name for it. And the rain date is September 23rd. There was an interesting item in the City and Town magazine put out by the State Department of Revenue on the Education Reform Act financing formula. The Mass Supreme Court upheld the controversial, at least in these parts, education financing measures of the Education Reform Act, whereby wealthier communities pay more than the previously standard per-pupil funding method. Dartmouth and Fairhaven had sued the state because those two towns were forced to pay a greater proportion of the costs of the greater New Bedford Regional Vocational High School than its other member, the City of New Bedford. The court ruled that the Education Reform Act overrode any previous regional funding agreement made by the three communities, and that agreement was per pupil, on a per pupil basis. Upcoming, we have a meeting with Town Council and Special Counsel Fred Dupree tomorrow. Southeastern Mass Health Group meeting Monday, September 17th at 9 a.m. and Department Head meeting September 20th at 10 a.m.
Questions for Randy?
Okay.
Thank you very much, Randy. Anything to report, gentlemen?
None tonight, Madam Chair.
We had no meetings anywhere or did anything that required that. Correspondence. We have our activity report for the month of August for the fire department. Incidences are up again. On 8/31/2011, we had 1,583. On 8/31/2012, we had 1,709. Mutual aid, total of 23. Ambulances given, ambulances received were 10 and 4 respectively. 3 fire were given and 6 fire were received, so. Those incidents that keep rising every single time, every month, it's more and more. Okay. From the Mass Municipal Association, a reminder that the fall schedule for the morning legislative breakfast meetings begins September 21st. The first one is in Attleboro, Rockport, and Worthington. October 12th in Hudson, Wareham, and Williamstown, and October 19th, Billerica, Charlton, and Fitchburg. To register online if anyone is interested in attending. I have a letter from Town Director of Planning and Community Development, Marilyn Wally. Dear members of the Board of Selectmen, I am writing to inform the Board of Selectmen that I intend to retire from my position as Director of Planning and Community Development on December 14th, 2012. In September, I will reach full retirement age, and I have made the decision that after 20 years in the business of community and economic development, I would like to take more time to enjoy traveling and to spend time with my family. I want to sincerely thank the town of Raynham and its town administration for the support that has given to me during my tenure. I also want to say that the staff here at the town hall has been friendly, helpful, and professional from the very first day of my employment as town planner. Raynham is a great town, and its culture of respect for others has been apparent in all of my dealings with citizens, officials, and municipal personnel. In my opinion, Raynham has a great future. I know that I did not have to inform you of my retirement so early, but I hope that the 3 months lead time, will give the town administration an opportunity to plan for a smooth transition. If there is anything I can do to help in your efforts to fill this position, please do not hesitate to ask.
Motion to accept with regret.
Second that motion.
All in favor, and I'm very sorry to see Marilyn go. She was certainly an added contribution to the community. She's done a great job for us, and I understand why she's going, and I wish her the very, very best. This is from the Raynham Housing Authority. Dear Chairman and Board of Selectmen, for the safety of the tenants of the Raynham Housing Authority, we are replacing the second-floor decks at our Pinewood Terrace development. If at all possible, we are asking that the Board of Selectmen waive the building permit fees, and we need the signatures of the board in order to have these fees waived. This should help the cost of the project, which is now close to $237,000. We are having a pre-construction meeting on September 6, 2012. The project itself should start 30 days from the 6th. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Deborah McClory, Executive Director.
Motion to approve.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Randy, will you notify the building department, please? This is a notice of a hearing of Guru Corporation, DBA Landy's Market. They are hereby notified that a hearing will be held by the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission on Tuesday, October 16th, 2012 at 10:30 a.m. in Boston. And the reason is serving minors. Okay, right. Permitting an illegality on the licensed premises to its sale or delivery of an alcoholic beverage to a person under 21 years of age, 1 count. Informational for us. That is correspondence. press time, Mark.
Just one question, is if I read a little late, I'm just wondering, what was approved in regard to the police chief's request?
It was approved to allow them to go to school.
2 people?
Three.
Three, not employees of the Raynham Police Department yet.
No,
No,
they will be.
They will be employees when they have graduated.
And
They're
so
now
we
considered student police
just needed to
officers.
get approval to send them to the academy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as the chief mentioned, you know, their employment is dependent on their successful completion of the training.
And are they replacing others that have retired, or is these increasing the?
No, they're replacing 3 that have left.
Okay.
Okay? Any emergency business?
None, Madam Chair.
No citizens here tonight, so what say you?
Motion to adjourn, sign the bills, no business thereafter.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.